Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, Mini Motorways. Let's go to Zurich for today's daily challenge, where buildings will appear directly adjacent to destinations, and they'll also be busier. Oh boy. That sounds like a lovely way to get our Friday started. Oh, God. Okay, let's take this dark blue. Let's put it over to here. This will go right there. Trying to... Oh, God. You ever have... This might just be an example of my brain being broken, but... Yeah, I don't have anything else other than that. It's probably just my brain being broken. You ever have those nights where you go to bed at a decent hour and you're like all proud of yourself and you've actually like done the thing good and taken care of yourself and set yourself up for success the next day, and then your brain's like, oh, psych, fuck you. Well, I went to bed at 10 o'clock last night, which is a fine time to go to bed. 10:15 maybe. Set my alarm for 6:30. Took my melatonin gummies, same as any other night. Went to bed, had a fan going, curled up under my blanket, closed my eyes, lay my head down on my pillow, and I woke up at 1, and I couldn't get back to sleep. And now it's 7, and I still haven't slept. And I couldn't fucking tell you why. It's one of those days. It is apparently, indeed, one of those days. This yellow business here is just lovely.
Hear ye, let the record show that this viewer was here first.
Lacey is bored, was here first. Good morning, Lacey. All right, we've got some interesting developments going on here. If we have these blues all point that way and these reds all point here, this yellow can point here uninterruptedly, and then these blues swing around down like that. The only thing this really sucks for is this yellow. Well, what we can do is sort of accidentally a couple of extra yellow houses just as backup road. Like this road here only exists on the off chance that this yellow can't fully support this yellow business, which, to be clear, it can't. We know it can't. So we'll take a roundabout in place of a couple dozen more road tiles, and then we'll come down this way. Zoop this particular voop. Here's a dark blue for right there. This dark blue house now lives here. That's totally fine. You go up there, these two reds. This is just an awkward road share arrangement. Once we get another bridge, we'll obviously want to just connect this and undo this Garbo nonsense. But that's the thing with super busy destinations being just no care or proximity from places and things. Yeah, it is what it is. Oh, good morning, Lacey. Thank you for being here. So last night, we, first of all, this past Tuesday, we hit credits in Hades 2. It basically saw the main plot of the video game go, hey, you remember that thing we've been doing? Yeah, it turns out we sort of kind of maybe got around to foreshadowing it just a little bit, and then, boom, 45-minute cutscene, everybody's friends now, bye! And then, it's Hades. There's a post-game, so you've got to do some post-game stuff. I'm going to take a motorway, actually, because I'm going to immediately draw it. I think what we'll do, or at least what I want to do, is get motorway number 1. Yeah, I want to get motorway number 1 to attach right here. Can't do that. So instead, we'll do that, which involves bulldozing a tree. Sorry about that, tree. So on Tuesday, we finished delivering Death to Kronos, if you give very liberal interpretations of the words Death and Kronos. And we also, eradicated Typhon from existence, if you give very generous definitions of the words eradicate, Typhon, and existence. So, yeah, with Kronos having a face turn and Typhon being not a thing that exists anymore, how are you going to have your continually doable post-game nonsense, Hades? Well, it turns out that the answer is wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey, bullshit. And I only have so much capacity, bandwidth, ability to care. I only have so much ability to care about, yeah. Honestly, like, the game hit the hammer so hard of, oh, Typhon's gone. Typhon doesn't exist anymore. We've eliminated the father of all monsters. And then the game was like, by the way, you get to keep fighting the father of all monsters. There's no actual functional difference between this and as if he hadn't been eradicated, because it's basically the same as if he hadn't been eradicated, because we're just going to have you keep fighting him. No, we didn't think of another later final boss for you to fight or anything, but we sure did hammer it over and over again that you didn't have to fight him anymore, and then it turns out you have to fight him some more. So it's Hades. Hades gonna Hades. And you know what? Hades 2 is a good game. Hades 2 is a good and fine game, and we've had a good and fun time with it as our primary stream game, and I think that time is at an end. We have gotten credits, we have delivered some form of death to some form of Kronos, and we are moving on. And I think that's about all there is to it. Which means that our new stream game will be UFO 50. We'll start that at some point in the nebulous, indeterminate future, because in case you didn't see the stream last night, I recently picked up a work assignment, and by recently I mean yesterday. I found out about this yesterday. It turns out there's a job in the Finger Lakes district of New York State, which, for those of you who aren't intimately familiar with the geography of the state of New York, which, why would you be? It means it's a fuckload of miles away from me. So, basically, no streams next week. Like, none at all. 0 streams next week, which is unfortunate. But, you know, we do what we need to do in order to provide food for cats, mostly. It's a good reason, good hunk of the reason why we do a lot of the things we do in this life. Let's toss a roundabout right here about. Get a southern spur going that away. These 4 dark blues will swing over to here. Lacey's neighbor thinks it's okay to come into your gated yard. Odd. To go from your gate to your house and knock on your... I mean... I'm gonna... I don't know. There might be more to this story, Lacey. I'm gonna hold out judgment until there's more to the story, but... there are plenty of good reasons for a person to need to go over and knock on their neighbor's door, and if your yard has a gate, it's, you know, gate is not necessarily a hey, don't anyone ever come into my house, come into my yard and knock on my door. Now listen, they might not have a good reason. They might not have a good reason for coming over and knocking on your door, but you know, if you got to go over to your neighbor's house. They got delivered mail. They could have just left it at the gate. Oh, so they got your mail. And they're coming to deliver it? Again, I'm not gonna give horrible, horrendous judgment or nothing. You have failed to convince me of the horribleness of your neighbor at this point. But, you know, again, there may be more that I'm not getting. I, in case you missed it, have been up since 1 o'clock this morning. Oh, my brain. My brain is bad. Another thing I realized, something that occurred to me yesterday, is that it is April 10th now, and I haven't done my taxes yet. I'll have a good reason for that. They're not particularly difficult taxes. I had a year last year. I worked a job for all of it. I did, you know, incur something on the order of $80,000 worth of new debt, but, you know, that's a thing that a person does. So I should probably do my taxes, like, today, ideally. Well, ideally I would have done my taxes in, you know, January. Actually, ideally, we would live in a society where the government just processes tax returns based on the taxes that the government knows it collected from the government's own records. But, if we started talking about true ideals and the functional role of government in societies, well... yeah. Anyway, I should do my taxes at some point. I should probably do them, maybe not today on account of the sleep deprivation I'm going to be operating under for all of it, but probably tomorrow, if not today. Seems reasonable. This business here has gone circular. That's basically fine. This White House here went circular. I don't care for that, but there's nothing I can do about it. There's no real need for me to keep feeding reds into here, actually. This road doesn't go anywhere for reds. Listen, old people can be annoying. Old people can be their very own particular form of annoying. This is true. And it is worth noting that a good hunk of the reason we as a society find ourselves in the predicament that we do as a society is the lack of willingness of old people to broadly seed the world stage for going on 30 years. Here's a true fact that you've probably heard, and I'm just going to say as fact because it's true. 30 years ago, the president was born in 1946. 20 years ago, the president was someone who had been born in 1946. 10 years ago, the president was someone who had been born in 1946. 5 years ago, the president was someone who had been born in 1946. This year, the president is someone who had been born in 1946. Yeah. So, hopefully, first of all, hopefully there is a next president, which, there probably will be. I'm still of the opinion that there probably will be an other person to hold the official recognized title, President of the United States of America. That seems likelier than not. Southern old people are not nice unless you're the special kind of person they like, which is cishet white people. Yeah, that's true. That's a factual statement. They can be downright plumb nasty to folk what ain't cishet white folk. So, that probably sucks. Listen, old folk, not the best folk, turns out. Generationally speaking, some room for improvement. Now, this ridiculous yellow bullshit here, I don't know what to do, man, because I can't tunnel through this. I was trying to eliminate this tunnel, but I realized that this tunnel serves not only the blues going here, but also the whites going there, and I just don't have a better answer. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this Fakakta motorway number 2, swing it down this way, and hope that eventually some yellows spawn here to make this ever so slightly less Kakta, but right now it's pretty damn Fakakta. Anyway, we have our Vietnamese soup dish of Kakta, which, yep. Where was I going with this? All right, 1946. My dad was born in 1948. Now, granted, my dad's also dead, so I don't know how relevant that is to the present conversation. But, and this is brilliant, it's my goddamn show. I'm the one with the microphone here. I don't have anybody else. I'm not in a Discord call. There is no way for anyone to... Well, there probably are ways. I don't know. Twitch probably has a master kill feed that just, not only shuts down channels, but also just yoinks them. Like, Twitch probably has a herc button, a button that allows it to herc control of a channel and be broadcasting something on that channel, even though you're not the streamer of that channel. But that sounds extreme. I don't think Twitch would invoke that based on the essentially functionally drunken ramblings, even though I should note, stone cold sober, just sleep deprived. Let's take another motorway and consider some life choices here. So this circle business here is starting to get a little antsy on account of, well, the roundness. So let's peel these houses away from this. And, oh God, let's do these 4 houses here. Go up that way via motorway number 3. Yeah, that sounds fine. That seems like a good plan. Oh, hi. Man, you couldn't wait like 5 more seconds before you started existing? Now I gotta think about stuff. I don't want to think about stuff. What makes you think I want to think about stuff? Stupid stuff thinking thinger. All right, let's see here. Lacey suggests that my ramblings are the sort you would hear while recovering from one too many brunch mimosas. First of all, first thing that pops into my head, further evidence of my brain being broken, to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song, one too many brunch mimosas, one too many brunch mimosas, one too many brunch mimosas. You got kind of plastered with your breakfast? Anyway. Second, I could go for a mimosa. It's been a while since I had one. They're good. Now, granted, I'm not a person who purchases champagne or orange juice on the regular, but I could be. There's really nothing stopping me. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, my relationship with alcohol could be much more self-destructive than it currently is, which I suppose is a credit to me, but also perhaps a missed opportunity. Sunny is having food on the patio, and that also sounds nice. Oh God. Let's take a moment to envision a better world wherein we can all just say to hell with our responsibilities and have light, delicious sandwiches on a patio with mimosas and cats. Oh, that sounds very nice. I want that for me. Good for you, Sunflare Space. Thank you for being here. Lacey is bored. What in the hell are we going to do about this blue business over here? I have no idea. I have no good plan, and therefore we're just going to deploy this bad plan. This bad plan is going to get this business killed, by the way. Unless, hold, we have this one house. Surely this one house shall support this business for all the days of its life. Yes? Maybe? I don't know. This circle is also mad. All of the blues are mad, except for this one. This one's fine. This white circle up here got mad as well. Everything's angry, actually. I don't think this is working. I don't think this plan is favorable for anyone, and I think this business is, yeah, we're just dead. Okay. All right, fine. Okay, I understand. I accept this. I acknowledge it. 1,615 commuters over a nice number of days. That sure is a number. It is, in fact, top 15% in the world, and by default, better than Samurai Sam. Drop those GGs in the chat if you've got them. And now, ordinarily, I would say let us bring in our very good friend, the Wordle, but, I should point out, and by should point out, I just mean will point out, I saw, purely randomly, on Bluesky, this thing called Daybricks, which is apparently a daily challenge type thing. I don't even remember who posted it. I saw that it was reskeeted by Guy Kelly, who is a fancy British comedian fellow type person, and he reskeeted it out of something approaching. Good God, Camille Nanjiani's on Taskmaster. I just saw that Camille Nanjiani's on Taskmaster. That seems lovely. That should be fun. Anyway, this is Daybricks. It looks like Tetris, but also daily? I don't know. Be gone, don't tell me the Wordle answer text. Let's play Daybricks? I probably should have looked at the... Yeah, how do you play this again? Hold on. Fill rows to clear them. Okay, so it's Tetris. Tap anywhere to rotate, drag anywhere to move, or use cursor keys. Okay. Okay, so you got left, right, down, and... Fair enough. Let's do our daily challenge. Clear all the gold bricks. Oh, boy. Oh, it's commercially distinct Tetris. Oh, and the blocks say 10 Aper. That's nice. Oh, why are we Tetrising? What have I done? Oh, I've created several terrible situations for myself. Oh, I'm so bad at not Tetris. I'm so bad at don't sue us, Nintendo. Oh, no. Oh, we're doomed. Oh, this is doomed. Oh. That went real bad. That went real bad. I don't know that that's going to be a regular part of the rotation here. But let's bring in our very good friend, the Wordle. Hello, the Wordle. The Wordle today is block. Because, well... No? Okay, fine. The Wordle today is chaos, because that's what that situation was. Man, I saw that green C, and I got real excited, and then it turns out that it's not that. But we also put the O in the right place, and learned of the presence of an A. It's a good... thing. It can't be carob because there's no B. It can't be... it could be cannon. Could absolutely be cannon. It's not, but it could have been. It could be... No, this isn't how you spell carrot. There's 2 R's in carrot. There's either 2 R's or an A in carrot, because that's how you spell carrot, but no, we know there's an O that goes there. So, it could be canoe, no. There's no N. We've established that. It could be... can't be carob, there's no B. I don't think Caro is a word. Yeah, no, that's not a word. Sonny just got a letter from The Hague, which would be... Yeah, that would be a much more interesting thing if you weren't Dutch. And listen, there are plenty of folk who should be getting slightly more than letters. Let's just say, again, let's pretend, live in the fantasy for a moment of let's snap our fingers and suddenly the world is filled with functioning governments. The world is filled with functioning proper governments, all of which are actually acting in the best interests of people. Let's pretend we live in that world for just a moment. And now, consider how many folk are going to get letters from The Hague. Sonny could vote in Dutch elections. That's good. It's a thing that would seem reasonable to a person who is Dutch. What the fuck is this word, y'all? The word is camog. No. The word is carom. There you go. I figured it out. You already registered yourself to... Okay, well, you're ahead of the game then. Let us do some guessing of time. Hi there, friends. This appears to be a big old building of some kind. Building what was recently on fire. What do we have here? We've got the Bezwinigen op Brandweer Nooit. Oh, what happened at Brandweer Nooit? Seems bad. We've got weird little cars, big yawns, and a church guy. And what does this sign say? This is Randstad. Okay, so this is Dutch Fine. And if this is Dutch, that means we're in Amsterdam. And based on the hair and vibes and cars and such, this is like 1977. We are in Amsterdam, the Netherlands in 1977. Seems entirely plausible. All right. Let us go to Amsterdam, which is over here. Brandweer is apparently Dutch for firefighter, which, cool. Good for you. Long live the Brandweers. We are right about there in Amsterdam, Holland in 1977. It was indeed 1983. Okay. Oh, they were protesting a salary. Don't cut your civil service salary. You will regret this. Next. If you drink, then drive, you're a bloody idiot. That's true. Possibly, literally. All right, so we are at the corner of Devon Street West and Mount Edgecombe Street, which, boy, does sound pretty damn British, or perhaps Irish, or perhaps New Zealandish. All right, so we are in, I don't know, let's call it Auckland, New Zealand, in, well, we could find the exact street, I suppose. We're at 229 Devon Street West, Auckland, New Zealand, in 1986? I don't know. We were just in 1983. Oh, I can't stop yawning. I cannot stop yawning for the yawn of me. Maybe this is 1990. This could be 1990. I don't know. This car feels like a 70s car. This car feels like the most 1991 automobile ever, actually. This is the most... This is like a 1984 to 1991 automobile. This is perhaps the most 1991 automobile I've ever seen in my life. All right, let us go to Auckland, New Zealand, which is right about down here. Doop, 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 and doop. Auckland, New Zealand in 1991. It was indeed 1996, and also not Auckland, but yes, New Zealand, so that's something. Next, we got a fella. Hi there, fella. I don't know, am I supposed to recognize you? I don't know. The more obvious dude is the elephant. We should probably say something about the elephant in the room. We are at the big magazines of the bourgeoisie. I don't know why you wouldn't just use the French word bourgeoisie if you're going to say bourgeoisie, but they didn't. The big magazines of the bourgeoisie say hello to Dumbo. That word elephant is right there, so that's basically what we're saying. They say, welcome, Dumbo, which, okay, welcome, Dumbo. We are in Paris, France in 1947? Sure, that seems feasible. I don't know. Are you a Canadian Prime Minister of some kind? Are we supposed to draw heavy geographic inferences based on this lady's apparently cultural garb? I don't know. You are just serving pancakes to an elephant, which, hey, listen, it's a living. If I could get by just serving pancakes to elephants, I don't know. Do I have to make the pancakes? I've never made pancakes. It seems fine, but there's this weird rule of thumb that the first pancake is always bad, and that's just weird. Why would the first pancake be bad? Doesn't make any sense to me. But if I get to serve the pancakes and I don't have to make the pancakes, then yeah, sure, fine. I'll serve pancakes to elephants. That seems nice. I'll serve pancakes to elephants is perhaps the only title of the episode because I forgot to say anything funny for the first time. We are in Paris, France in 1947. Oh my God. Where's the 7? There's the 7. It is 1953 and also not Paris. We're in Brussels. Oh, the big magazine of the bourgeoisie is a department store in Brussels. I see. Also, your Sabu Dastagir, or perhaps your Sabu Dastagir. One of you is Sabu Dastagir, and there's an elephant. Okay, all right, fine. Next, we got a whole bunch of wagon carts and such at a steamboat. Okay. We got a very old-timey photo look going on here. So the indication for me is just herk the thing all the way to the left. But more pressingly, where the hell are we? We've got steamboats and sailboats and boats and fellas in hats and fellas in... Oh, wait, hold on. First, I thought this might be fellas in Santa hats, but no, this is fellas in... Oh, this is fellas in turbans and such. Okay, well, I mean, that narrows it down to like a third of the world. So, great, awesome, amazing. Love that for me. We got a whole bunch of fellas in turbans and such riding all of their cartly business down to the water where stuff might happen. Okay, fine. We are in Istanbul, Turkey in 1905. Obviously. Why? How could you possibly draw any other conclusion than that we are in Istanbul in 19 Herc the thing most of the way to the left? See? Obviously. How could it not be? Not even gonna pretend to have gotten away with that. But, hi there, guy who plays Dexter. You're the guy who plays Dexter, and this is an Emmy, right? All right. So, now the question becomes, is this a recent photo of Jeffrey Dean Morgan? And yes, I did just finally... Wait, is that the guy's name, or is that a different guy? Is that the guy who plays Negan? Played Negan? Fuck. Hi there, guy who plays Dexter. So is this a recent photo of the guy who plays Dexter, or is it an older one from the first run? I think this is an older one from the first run, which would mean this is like, what, 2008? Like, Dexter was late 2000s, right? Not a 2010s thing? Maybe it's 2010. Maybe we're Los Angeles, California, 2010. We're definitely Los Angeles, California, on account of this is the Emmys of it all. Like, this is obviously the Emmys. So we're at Hearn Court in Los Angeles, California. So, all right, fine. Let's find Los Angeles, California. Let's take a gander in a Hollywoodly direction and see if maybe, possibly, potentially, we could somehow stumble our way into figuring out exactly where the Emmys are. I don't think that's gonna happen, but you know. This is Samuel Freeman House. What's the court there? Hearn Court. All right. Let's take a cursory glance in the area of this and see if we can find anything that... Nope, sure can't. Oh, goodness gracious, nope, sure can't. All right. We are at the... I don't know, man. We're at the Fonda Theater in Hollywood, California in 2010. Seems reasonable. Get in the area-ish. Oh, it's 2008. Also, you're Michael C. Hall. Totally different dude than Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is probably the guy who played Negan. Okay, fine. Final score, 42-223. Hey, that's some pretty good time guessing. That's some decent timing and guessing with a minimal amount of cheating, if I do say so myself. All right. For today's edition of StatPad, we need dingers. Specifically, we need dingers from an MLB Rookie of the Year. We need dingers from a from an American League West third baseman over the past 5 seasons. We need whoever leads MLB in dingers this fucking year. We need the most dingers in a season from a dude in the NL West over the past 5 years who has fewer than 20 wins above replacement in his career. And we need the most dingers in a season from a dude who also had 200 hits in said season. Dear God. All right. A Rookie of the Year dinger type guy, 2005 to 2015. I think the answer is either going to be Bryce Harper or Chris Bryant. Going to go for Chris Bryant. We're going to say 2015 Chris Bryant. Had 26 dingers, 73rd percentile. Not a great pull. An AL West third baseman, 2020 to 2025. Well, how do we feel about 2021 Alex Bregman? I feel pretty decent about that, but I feel even better about 2024 Alex Bregman. 96th percentile, good job. Who leads Major League Baseball in dingers this year? That's a wonderful fucking question. I don't fucking know. Chase DeLauder's got a few. He's good. I think Luis Robert Jr. hit one last night, which gives him 2, which isn't the most. I know Andy Pages is having a really good start to the season. Let's just say that it's Andy Pages. Andy Pages is, he has 3. That's a fair whack. It's a fair number, but not the tippity top. National League West. Player in the National League West over the past 5 seasons for a player who has under 20 wins above replacement in their career. Okay. So we're looking for either a rookie who had a really good, like a young guy who had a really good first, second, or third year in the bigs, or a dude who's not actually good, but hit him a bunch of dingers. So it's not going to be like Fernando Tatis Jr. or Manny Machado or Mookie Betts or Freddie Freeman or Xander Bogaerts or Shohei Ohtani or anybody like that. It's going to be a dude who sucks but hit a bunch of dingers, or a young guy. Isn't there a good young guy on the Rockies? I feel like there's a good young guy on the Rockies, the name of whom completely escapes me. What about God? What about actual literal God, creator of the universe and all known things? Did he play in the National League West between 2020 and 2025 and accumulate fewer than 20 wins above replacement in his career to this point? It's possible, but I think I would have read something about that. So I don't think it's the actual literal God. It probably isn't God. We're going to set that aside for the moment. We might come back to it. I reserve the right to come back to God. It's basically what I said when I stopped going to church. I reserve the right to come back to God. I am not a well person, but who is, really? Let's see. Did a Padres catcher have a good... No, Will Smith? Nah, Will Smith's had way more than 20 wins above replacement. Will Smith's had him a good little career. Will Smith's had. It's not Andy Pages, because he was just kind of meh last year. For a second I thought it was going to be Brandon Belt, but that doesn't fit anything other than he's a dude who played for the Giants. Had a bunch of dingers, but he was also like good and older than 2020. So, yeah, it's not him. Dear Lord, how do we feel? How do we feel about Christian Walker? No, he's probably over 21st. Christian Walker? Thing is, he wasn't an NL West guy because he got signed by the Diamondbacks rather than. I think he got signed by the Diamondbacks. I could be making shit up. It's entirely possible that I'm making shit up. It could be Ryan McMahon. How do we feel about Ryan McMahon? Am I talking myself into 2023 Ryan McMahon? What about Ryan McMahon? Ryan McMahon? 23 homers, 84th percentile. You know what? That's a fair pull. I'll take that. All right. We need dingers by a dude who had over 200 hits in a season. That's a lot of hits for a dude to have dingers. Like, I don't think like 2001 Barry Bonds did not have 200 hits. He did have 73 dingers. 1998 Mark McGwire, Ken Griffey Jr., Sammy Sosa, they had them a whole bunch of dingers, but they did not have the 200 hits. 200 hits is a lot of hits. For a fair whack of them to be dingers is impressive. How do we feel about 2002 Alex Rodriguez? Maybe 2004 Albert Pujols. Oh, there's a thought. Did he get to 200 hits? He seems like a dude who would have gotten him 200 hits, maybe. He's like right up close to that. He was exceedingly good at baseball. 2004 Albert Pujols did not have 200 hits. What about 2006 Albert Pujols? What about 2008 Albert? Okay, I'm going to give up the Albert Pujols gambit. What about 2006 Miguel Cabrera? Yeah. Good old Miggy Cabs. Miguel Cabrera, 2006. Tell me more. Did not have 200 hits. God damn it. All right, let's go older school. Cal Ripken Jr., that one year he was amazing and won the MVP, which I think was 1989. Did not have 200 hits. God damn it. All right. Alex Rodriguez. How do we feel about 2004 How do we feel about 1999 200 hits is so many hits. And if you have so many hits, you're not going to have that many dingers. Because if you're trying to hit dingers, you're not going to get hits. Fuck. 200 hits in a season. That's so many hits. That's so many hits. That's like the best Derek Jeter seasons had 200 hits. Ichiro regularly had 200 hits, but he didn't hit fucking dingers. He was Ichiro. David Ortiz never had a 200 hit season. I don't think Manny Ramirez ever had a 200 hit season. Let's try it. 2001 Manny Ramirez. 2001 Manny Ramirez. Did you have 200 hits? Sure didn't. 2004 Manny Ramirez. Sure didn't. 1998 Manny Ramirez. Sure didn't. James Howard Thom absolutely did not have a 200 hit season, unless he did. Surely not 1995. There were reasons for that. 2000 James Howard, no. Frank Thomas. What about the large injury? 1992 Frank Thomas didn't have 200 hits. 1996 Frank Thomas didn't have 200 hits. God damn it. 2001 John Olerud. How about that? 2001 John Olerud didn't have 1991 John Olerud. Fred McGriff. Fred McGriff was a dude who would hit dingers and also get hits and such. 1998 Fred McGriff didn't have 2,000. 1992 Fred Edgar Martinez. Edgar Martinez was a dude who did well for himself. 1996 Edgar. 1992 Edgar. 1999 Edgar Derek Jeter. I give up. 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 1998 Derek Jeter had 19 home runs halfway up. Fine. 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 God. All right. Dingers for a dude who won Rookie of the Year between 2005 and 2015. We should have gone with Jose Abreu. Fair. I forgot that Mike Trout won Rookie of the Year. But hey, Chris Bryant was 5th. That's fine. We'll take 5th. Dingers for an AL West third baseman over the past 5 seasons. It's Alex Bregman from the year I chose. Or Kyle Seager from the one good Kyle Seager year. Hey, if you happen to remember the one good Kyle Seager year, good for you. Dingers on the season is Andy Pajes, but also Jordan Chase DeLauder. I said Chase DeLauder, and then I didn't actually say Chase De... Fuck. Dingers from an NL West dude over the past 5 years who has under 20 WAR in a season. I specifically said Christian Walker and then didn't actually say Christian Walker. God damn it. And I did say Alex Rodriguez, but I didn't find the right season because I'm dumb and bad at game. All right, fine. Folks, that is going to do it for us here today on Good Morning Mini Motorways. Certainly one of the episodes of all time. Possibly one of the most fun. I don't know. I'm a particularly unique brand of unhinged right now, which might be enjoyable. Who knows? Tell me in comments. Or Discord or something. Do it in comments. Juice the engagement. Drive number go up. Number go up, make brain feel better. After all. Oh, goodness. No streams next week. I shall see you the week after. Goodbye.